Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. In the previous class, we completed 3D lighting and different types of light sources. Okay. So today we will discuss about the basic illumination model. Okay. So let us discuss in detail what is basic illumination model. Basic illumination model. Okay. First we know about the what is illumination model. Illumination model also known as shading model or lightning model. Okay. It is used to calculate the intensity of light that is reflected at a given point on the surface. Okay. So there are three factors on which lightning effect depends on. One is your light sources. Second one is your surface. Third one is your observer. Okay. So first we discuss about the light source. Light source is the light emitting source. There are three types of light sources. One is point sources, another one is parallel sources, and another last one is distributed sources. Okay. So what is point sources? The source that emit rays in all direction is known as point sources. That means a bulb in a room. The bulb is lighting the whole room. Okay, but the light only comes from only one point source. Okay. So here all light rays originate at a point and radically diverge. A reasonable approximation for sources whose dimensions are small compared to the object size. Okay, so this one is your point sources. Next one is our parallel sources. It can be considered as a point sources which is far from the surface. That means the sun. The light which are coming from the sun can be falls or reflect or illuminate parallelly all over the object. Okay. The light rays are all parallel. It may be modeled as a point sources at infinite distance. Okay. So next one is our distributed sources. All light rays originate from a finite area in space. It models a nearby sources such as a fluorescent light or a tube light. Okay, here this one is your point sources, this one is your parallel sources, and this one is your distributed sources. It's come from a one particular position, but it will falls in a distributed manner. Okay. So next we discuss and about the surface. Okay, in the light sources, their position and electromagnetic spectrum and shape determines the lightning effect. Okay, so next we discuss about the surface. When light falls on a surface, part of it is reflected and part of it is absorbed. That means when the light falls on a surface, some parts are reflected and some parts are absorbed. Now the surface structure decides the amount of reflection and absorption of light. That means the surface structure decides which amount of light it will be reflected and how much amount of light it will be absorption. The position of the surface and position of all the nearby surface also determine the lightning effect. Okay. Next one is our observer. The observer position and sensor spectrum sensitivities also affect the lightning effect. That means in the basic illumination model we discuss about the three types of three factors. Which one is light sources, another one is surface, and last one is our observer. Okay. Next one is our illumination model parameter. Lightning effects are described with models that consider the interaction of light sources with object sources. That means light effects are consider the interaction of light source with object surface. Okay. The factor determining the lightning effects are, one is light source parameter, another one is surface parameter, and another one is last one is eye parameter or camera parameter. In the light source parameter, we will only focus on the position, electromagnetic spectrum and the space. And in the surface parameter, we focus only the position, reflectance properties and position nearby the surface. And in camera parameter or eye parameter, we focus only on position and sensor spectrum sensitivities. Okay. So this one is our illumination model parameter. Next we discuss about the illumination model and rendering. An illumination model is used to calculate the intensity of the light that is reflected at a given point on a surface. Okay. And this one is our illumination model. That means it calculates the intensity of the light. And what is rendering method? A rendering method uses the intensity calculation from the illumination model to determine the light intensity at all pixels in the image. That means here in this diagram, the light source is come from the sun and the light will be fall on the object and on the surface, which is reflected and which reflection is gives on the this triangular or prism position. Okay, that's why we see the this object after reflecting this light. Okay, so in this way we can see the object. Okay, so in this class we will discuss about the what is basic illumination model and what are the parameters and what is illumination model and rendering. Okay.